Okay, welcome back to my channel. This is for Capricorn, and I'm just going to take you through a general timeline here. And I should also mention, on a more general basis, of course, this is just a general read, so everybody's going to come to it at different times. Some of you, this is going to reflect for July, others it may be a little further out, or some may still be in this energy currently. Anyway, this is for the month of July, so Queen of Wands is what we're looking at, and that is clarified by the World card. So Queen of Wands is somebody who's drawing a lot of attention to themselves, and again, this still speaks to, I feel like, a lot of energy around you're trying to move ahead, but there's a sense that you are, feeling like you just want to rest. There is some things that you need to kind of press through here with that devil energy. It definitely still speaks to you having to persevere despite some of the resistance I feel that you'll be experiencing this month. I feel like you just need to take charge of your own energy, not of others, but I feel like you need to really get control of some of the imbalance emotionally that I feel like you are kind of back and forth with here. So the devil energy is kind of reflective of, again, it could be bad habits or caught up with something, burdens, restrictions, anything like that. And it does seem to be around, your strength. You need to really, almost like you're a slave to your own desires here, where there's a lot of overpowering feeling around your emotions and persevering. So you might have some unhealthy kind of situations going on here, as far as, because the strength card to me is you're having to push through something, and I feel like, you're at the doorstep of something anyway, regardless, but you're kind of having to deal with some fears here. And I feel like all you want to do is rest because of this Four of Swords. You just want to rest. And you are at that point of a turning point, actually, with the Wheel of Fortune. So, just know that the devil is being bound to something here with that Strength card. But right now, it could be that there's kind of energy around you with a Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well. Somebody who's quite, doesn't have to be those particular fire signs, but it can certainly be that this person may be coming through because there's a lot of this person attracts a lot of attention, that kind of thing. And certainly there might be a conclusion to that particular phase of your life, and you're kind of moving into something here that is sort of a pause. It's kind of a waiting game. But the King of Wands is that you're wanting to take action and go forward. There is going to be some communication here that will help you to advance forward in a particular area. You just have to persevere through this month, because there is a lot of energy of, I don't want to say extremely toxic energy, but just almost a level of just keep pushing through, just keep pushing through. So there might be a little bit of self-destructive behavior here in terms of, trying to be over controlling is kind of the feel that I'm getting there with that combination of cards. But again, it still feels like you are, with this Four of Swords energy here, trying to deal with the situation when you're trying to create some balance for yourself. But again, the Four of Swords still speaks to being, I'm tired, I'm really need a break. I need a break is what I see here. And it feels like you're about to get that break, like I said, because you are still in the Wheel of Fortune. Probably by the end of the month, you'll see something kind of turn in your favor. But this is the card of rest and recuperation, and I feel like that's what you're getting. It's almost a sense of being exhausted, slowing things down, feeling a little more stuck in neutral, that kind of thing. But I feel like you will be kind of slowing something down. And again, this could be, I don't want to say hospitalization is in a big way, but it could very well be. But it's still something that's a much needed. We also, again, just kind of going back to the strength, the main cards out here, again, I mean, for big major arcana is the Hangman in reverse, and of course the devil energy, so as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So I mean, whatever you're kind of juggling here, for the most part it looks like it will move in your favor. Like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is still an indicator that's a little further out, and it feels like you have to go through a little bit of a hurdle here first before it kind of moves into that direction, because it is a card of completion and success. Getting something that you need, a goal that you were trying to achieve this month. For some, it could even be travel as well with the Four of Swords. There's an element of travel here, kind of moving forward. And again, still trying to, there's a lot of energy of trying to regain control of your life again here as well. But like I said, the World card does still speak to some kind of moving on and a new phase of your life you're about to move into. So a cycle is ended, and again, it's about to kind of move into that space of you needing some rest and relaxation. Okay, so moving on to that Strength card, that is a major arcana, but for sure it's a little further out. It's just one of the clarifiers. So I really feel like you need to persevere. And again, it's definitely still speaking to being patient as well. So this card is Leo energy, which is strongly coming through here. Again, doesn't have to be those specific energies, but traits or characteristics of those signs. But you also really need to tame your ego. It feels like the ego is getting in the way, and that's creating some obstacles for you in your ability, to persevere, or this desire to persevere. It feels like you are trying to over exercise too much control to create some balance. So it's you fighting you, is what I would say there in this month. But there is still a lot of willpower and determination. But you're still in a strong position. Like I said, it's just step back from you for a minute here and kind of take a step back, because this is going to require you to be more subtle in dealing with your difficult situation, whatever that is for you. It is, like I say, the card of strength is still, and because we have the Page of Wands over here as well, I mean, there is some kind of communication, but it's also about listening to your intuition that is going to help you to figure out whatever your scenario is here, because this Three of Wands tells me that you're trying to move ahead in a certain direction, and it feels like there's a wait. You're not getting something fast enough here. There is movement toward it, but like I said, I mean, it's like there is almost a sense of you need to wait on some information, because the Page of Wands is information coming in. And once you get this information, I feel you will be able to move ahead. Like I said, Page it is the communication, but it's also some kind of, because it's so close to the Devil card and the Strength card, it's almost like this does represent almost a lack of maturity in a certain sort of way, whether this is you dealing with somebody like that, or a lack of focus, feeling very insecure and not feeling like you can move ahead, that kind of thing. Again, it's still something along the lines of advancement, but there's just some energy here that tells me that you've just put out a few seeds to something and you're just waiting to hear back, is what I would say there. So again, you're just kind of waiting. You're waiting on some news, and it does look like the wait is why you need to endure here, because there's several cards of waiting for something to come through, or information. Again, the Hangman in reverse is still a card of, something may not be moving quite in your favor here right at the beginning of the month. It feels like you are feeling a little bit trapped, frustrated. You're in a period of transition. You'd like to be able to move, but you're not quite in that space yet. You need to adjust your point of view, because this is almost a sense of being a little toxic with behaviors, or being around that, which might block you from seeing an opportunity. So you need to change your perspective so you can see the opportunity that is going to come in here up ahead. But again, lots of cards of sort of waiting in limbo here. So again, there's kind of a pressurized trap sort of feeling, and I don't feel like it's toxic connections or anything like that. It feels like it's more ego-driven sort of behavior. that you are kind of looking at or dealing with. So again, it's turning your life around by taking, the attitude of, I am confident in my choices. I trust the path. I am not afraid to move in a particular direction because something is going to come through for me, with that King of Wands energy, because it's a completion card. So something is going to complete, something is going to advance you in some way, as far as a vision or as far as a goal that you're trying to achieve, because you're almost there. You're almost in the position that you want to be. But again, there's still a little bit of a delay here. But yeah, I would still say that, you're still leading the way in a particular direction. There may be a bit of a risk that's involved here, because, but again, you're still so close to the finish line here of going into this new space. That Three of Wands tells me that you're only an inch away from it, and you are planning, and that is a card of planning as well. So it's not just sitting around waiting, you're still planning while you're waiting. So it's something about almost being ready for something to pay off, so whatever this goal is, it's giving you a sense of renewed confidence, even though again you're still waiting for some kind of communication to come through here. But the news is good. And when we get to the Queen of Wands, again, that energy is still speaking to, again, Leo, really strong energy coming through for me here as well, but it's a completion card as well, and it definitely is a mature energy. So could be dealing with somebody who has can draw a lot of attention to themselves, or you might be that person here as well. But it's standing in your personal power, really relying on your intuition, but it's definitely accomplished and proud of oneself. So I do feel like you just need to trust that you're pursuing the right direction here, and that you will reach ultimate conclusion here with that world energy. It definitely is more of a long-term sort of project, or something that is, personal realization, that kind of thing. But I feel like you'll be really proud of yourself when you do accomplish this goal. So I feel like I said, the world is one of transition and uniting everything. It's an ultimate complete fulfillment kind of a card, but it's also the beginning of a new sort of era, or a new cycle that you're moving into. So you're transforming on some level, and I feel like you're getting clear on your purpose and how you're going to advance forward. So like I said, you will get the ultimate Wheel of Fortune here. And that does speak to it's a big card, and so is the Devil. But again, you kind of get out of your own way here, because that's what's standing in the way, is your ego. Tame the beast is what these cards speak to. Again, Wheel of Fortune, you're just about in the energy of making something happen for yourself. You just need to wait it out a little bit longer here, because like I said, Wheel of Fortune it's coming in. Even though you are pretty much exhausted and waiting for it, you're almost in that energy. So just be aware of that. You're just an inch away from the final conclusion. You will get what you're looking for. Luck rides with you, and it is a turning point in your life, as well as a new direction that you're moving into. So again, this could be that you're finding your life purpose, or at least finding some sense of going beyond your limits as well. But it feels like the timing maybe was a little bit off with that Four of Swords energy here, but I feel like you are going to get what you're looking for here anyway. So just know that everything is going to turn in your favor. Just stay on course and get rid of any bad habits or things, emotional habits, that kind of thing, or self-talk, because you are going to have to rely on your inner strength here to be able to triumph with the Wheel of Fortune. But I feel like you're standing in your own way. There's a lot of trying to over control in a situation here, and I feel like that's what you need to let go of, and then everything will open up. So be a little more compromising, a little more objective and detached, and then everything will fall into place. So again, with that Page of Wands, still waiting on some information, but I feel you will get that information here. shortly up ahead, because the Wheel of Fortune is right here for you, Capricorn. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Keep moving forward and stay tuned for the next read. I might do a few more for you, Capricorn, in terms of when this communication comes through or whatever up ahead here for the month of September as well. So keep moving forward, never give up, almost to the finish line.